Today, we're going to generate some seller leads because now more than ever, it's important that you get on the listing side of the transaction. Because as we all know, there's a shortage in inventory right now, but we also must be aware that there's pending litigation that's going to have a huge impact in the real estate industry. So again, getting on the listing side is more crucial than ever. Hey, it's Jaime with JaimeResendiz.com, where we have one of the fastest growing and largest real estate agent communities worldwide. All right, so the strategy here is simple. We're going to generate some seller leads and we're going to leverage kvCORE to do so. Now, it's very important to note that while we may be using kvCORE in this video, understand that the strategy overall will work regardless if you have a CRM or not. So first, we're going to create the trap. We're going to create the mechanism, the trap that we're going to use to capture people's information. And then towards the end of the video, I'm going to share with you the bait, what we're actually going to use to attract the people in your sphere to give you their contact information and become seller leads for you. All right, so here we are on kvCORE and we're going to go to lead engine. Then we're going to press on build squeeze page. Now, what we're going to do is we are going to create a seller squeeze page. Again, don't get so mired down in this being the only way to do it through kvCORE. Understand that you can do this with other CRMs out there. Understand that you can create this on your own through Google Forms or everything else like that. What's more important for you to understand is how to leverage kvCORE if you already have it, but understand the strategy overall so you can apply it anywhere. Now from here, we're going to fill out a few blanks. You can see there's only 5 different things that you can see, 5 different fields, but only 3 are applicable to you. So the source, what this is helping you understand is where is my business coming from? So what I like to do is I like to categorize based off of the date, and I also like to categorize based off of the source, because as I start seeing some movement in leads coming in, I need to identify where is this business coming from. So I'm going to go and put the date that I'm shooting this video right now, and I'm going to put Facebook. So what this is going to allow me to do is once the leads start coming in through all the different strategies, because at any one point in time, I could have 50 different ways to come into my CRM. I need to know where the business is coming from. So first I'm going to go into the source and then the hashtags. Since I don't have a specific email campaign that I am attaching to this particular strategy, I'm just going to use my global one, which is, oops, how did I end up back there? I'm just going to use my global one, which is a seller lead tag. The seller lead tag will allow me in the future send out emails, start campaigns, text, assign tasks, and do anything that I want that specifically speaks to sellers. So that's what I'm doing with the hashtags. Now, when it comes to location, here's where the strategy takes over. Now, this is very important that you understand the methodology of why we're doing this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to assign a location to this. Here's why. One, because of the bait that I'm going to use on here moving forward, but also understand that if you put no location here and you generate the link and you copy that and start a new tab right here, this is going to go to a landing page that says the average price is 0. What's yours worth? That is going to confuse people. That just doesn't make sense in and of itself. So again, this just is not going to work well. It's you're going to get some leads, but it's not going to be as effective. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you something. I'm going to go into Arlington. So I'm in Dallas, Fort Worth, and Arlington is the 3rd largest city in the Metroplex. So I'm going to go with Arlington. Once I hit generate link, you're going to see that this code right here, this link is going to change. So I go generate link and then city Arlington, and then updated my link. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this, and there you go. So you see the difference is subtle, but it's so important. Do you see that the average price in Arlington is $450? What is yours worth? So what you're asking for here is you're asking for somebody's address. And again, we'll get into a little bit of the bait here very shortly, but I just want you to understand what the trap looks like. So this is a trap. This is your squeeze page. This is what you're going to use to capture information. So as an example, if I wanted to get information on, well, I saw the average price point. Well, I wonder what mine is like. And we'll just use this random address. I'm going to get estimate right now, because again, I'm interested in what that looks like. And boom, you're met with this email request. So the email in and of itself is not the big issue. So when I go in and I start typing in some emails, you see that now I'm being asked for my phone number. So this is how you start collecting people's information. This is how you start generating some leads. Now, here's one quick thing to know. Well, several quick things to know. By users going over to this squeeze page, number one, regardless if they give you their email and regardless if they give you their phone number, you've already won because you're now able to retarget them in the future. They simply by them landing on one of the digital assets, which is your squeeze page, that you can embed with your Google tag or your Facebook pixel or Meta pixel, you're able to retarget them with your future campaigns. So that's point number one. People landing on your website and giving you traffic, that's cool and all, but you're able to retarget them now, regardless if they gave you their email, regardless if they gave you a phone number. But ideally, yeah, we would want them to give us their email and give us their phone number so then they can automatically go into our CRM and AKA we get some seller leads. Now, again, what I've just prepared you for, that is the trap, right? So I'm going to X out of here. This is no longer needed for this tutorial. What I wanted to show you here is the seller squeeze. Again, this is the trap. Now, when it comes to the actual bait, this is where you can get creative. This is where you can get go wild, if you will, within common sense, right? So the next post, or let me rephrase that. This is where we use social media as our super weapon. Regardless if you post regularly, regardless if you have 5 followers or 5 friends or 5,000 friends, this will work. You just need to be consistent with it. So one of the things that one of the posts that you can make on social media that's going to work quite well is making a post that is gamified. So especially in a larger area, this works incredibly well. So when you go to your Facebook as an example, and you put a post that reads something like, "Can you guess the average home price in Arlington, Texas? Answer in comments." Now, the reason that you're asking this is because you want to gamify it. You want people to start commenting in your post. And given that now the bait is set, you're going to direct people to this page. You're going to direct people so when they come here, they see that the average price in Arlington is $450. Now, this is completely optional. Some will come to your page and not do anything. That's completely okay. Again, remember, by them simply clicking on your link, you have won. But some people will actually input their address and start giving you their contact information. Now, it's important to note that once you make this post, in the comment section, you're not putting $450,000. You're putting the link that we just created from the seller squeeze page so people can actually click on that and come to that squeeze page and find out the answer. And that's just one of the many strategies that you can deploy with this seller squeeze page. Again, it becomes a game for you at this point. What post can I make that will intrigue people enough to give me their contact information? That's the game. And can you now see how this is radically different than if you had posted something to the effect of, "Hey, the average price point in Arlington, Texas is $450,000. That type of post is one great way to not get engagement. Now, before I forget, I want to thank this video sponsor, the subscribe button.